Hey everybody, good evening. Happy Thursday. Welcome to week 4 of the Madtown Minute. I cannot believe we're already in week 4. We have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to give this just a few seconds to let a few more people hop on here. And then I have a whole agenda of things to talk about because it has been a full week around here. We have been busy. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. For those who this is their first time to be on a Madtown Minute, I'm Erica Despain. I'm the editor of All Things Madison. Love to write the website. Love getting to investigate all the things happening around town. I absolutely love Madison. Love to live here. I often joke that we're never moving. We're very happy here. And I love to do this video weekly to tell you a little bit more about what I covered on the website, but also some of the things just in our personal life that we got into around town. So let's get right to it. First things first, the biggest thing that happened this week, the most exciting thing for me was that yesterday I got to meet with Mayor Finley. I met him a couple of weeks ago at the Tom Brown's opening, and we talked for a little bit. We agreed that we needed to sit down and chat about some things, and we had a great meeting yesterday. I met with him and his communications specialist, Samantha Magnuson, who is incredible. The three of us sat down and I think we talked for an hour and a half and probably could have talked for another hour and a half, if not way longer. And I had asked you guys on Instagram and Facebook, hey, I'm going to meet with him. What are some things that you want me to ask? So I did ask some of those questions. A lot of those questions were things about roads, about schools, about rezoning, about all these new developments popping up. Those were the main things that you guys were really interested in me talking about. I have so many things I want to share about our meeting yesterday, but the first thing that I'll tell you is that he and I both agreed that we are going to chat often. Mayor Finley has been our mayor for a while. He was elected in 2008, did a term, and then stepped away, and then ran again, and now this is his third term. He works really hard behind the scenes, and that was evident by all of his stories he was telling me. It was incredible how there were so many things that were happening all around me as I grew up here that I knew nothing about. And then even being back here as an adult, we moved back 2.5 years ago. All of these things that are available to me as a resident of this town that I had know about, all of these amazing resources, all the behind the scenes of like, well, how did this come to be? He told me this amazing story about how we got our local Target. I mean, I would think, okay, someone sold some land and, we got a Target. No, it's a lot better story than that. So yeah, just little things like that he and I really want to work together to share with you guys as residents of this town. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to work with Mayor Finley, and I think we have some really cool content coming. And just a heads up, I'll go ahead and tell you that one of the first things we're going to work on is telling you the history behind all of our schools. So I'm really excited to start digging into that and to writing those stories. I thought I knew some of the history behind some of our newer schools for sure. There's probably not history, right? We just decided we'd have a new school and it was there, right? No, there's a lot more that goes into each of these schools than most people know, because we're not involved in all the meetings and whatnot. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Can you tell I'm excited? We had a great meeting. Okay, let's talk about, and what I was going to say is that if you are a business owner and you would like to sponsor some of these articles that I put up on All Things Madison, send me an email at erica@allthingsmadison.com. We can chat about how you can sponsor those, and that would be additional advertising for you as a business owner. Okay, so I put out 3 articles this week, and I have another one coming tomorrow. So let's quickly recap what those articles were in case you missed them. On Monday, I shared a roundup post all about women's clothing boutiques in Madison. It was surprising to me to find that 2 have actually closed during the pandemic. But we have 5 that are here. They're hustling, they're working hard, they offer great things, and we need to support them, or they may not make it either. That's how it works. They have to have foot traffic, they have to have people that come in order for them to stay afloat. And so they're doing great, but they need people to continue to come in and give them some business. I love to online shop, but there is also something really convenient about having these boutiques here in town that if you have an event coming up, you can go try on stuff, you can buy stuff that day, you can put your hands on stuff, and so it's really great. So check out that article for a roundup of all of those boutiques here in Madison. I think it was Tuesday or yesterday, Wednesday, I shared a post all about Girls on the Run. Girls on the Run is a nonprofit organization that is, I don't know if it's nationwide or if it's global actually, but they do have a chapter right here in North Alabama. It is run by a veteran. She is incredible. I had the best conversation with her. And so the enrollment period for this semester's Girls on the Run ends tomorrow. So if you know a girl who is in grades 3 through 8, look at that article, check out what it's all about. It's all about building character and confidence, teaching them the importance of exercise. I learned about Girls on the Run when we were stationed in Kansas years ago. We were stationed at Fort Riley, Kansas in Manhattan. They had a local thriving Girls on the Run chapter. That was where I was first exposed to this organization, and it is incredible. And I'm so glad we have one here. So again, if you have a girl that you love, your daughter, your granddaughter, your niece, a neighbor that you would like to help put through that program, the enrollment for this semester ends tomorrow. You can get the links on allthingsmadison.com. Also, today I put up an article all about Whitney Briscoe Photography. She is my resident All Things Madison photographer. She and I have a great partnership. She is so talented. And I said, hey, I share so much. I always put little links that, this article or this picture is by Whitney Briscoe Photography. I want to do a story on you to tell people about what you do. And so while we were doing our story, she had all of these tips for people for like their upcoming family fall photos. I was like, hey, I need to include these because I know from personal experience, we have 3 kids. What do we wear to these family photo shoots? I stress about it way more than I should. And so I was like, hey, if I'm wondering what we should wear to photo shoots, maybe other people are too. So I included all of that in the article today about Whitney Briscoe. You can learn about how she does her pricing. Spoiler alert, she's very reasonable because she believes that she should only charge what she would want to pay, but she's very talented. She's self-taught. She's been doing this industry a long time. Check out more about Whitney Briscoe on All Things Madison today. Finally, tomorrow, Friday, on All Things Madison, I will be sharing my first article that has to do with my meeting with the mayor yesterday. So one thing that Samantha and I talked about is all of these resources that are on the official Madison website that I had no idea existed. They were like, you don't even know those are there? I said, no, And so, but they're so helpful. They're so handy. So maybe some of you know that those resources are there, but if not, take a look at All Things Madison tomorrow where I will be sharing all of those resources that if you call Madison home, you need to know about. You can sign up for them to get emails or texts. Check that out on the website tomorrow. Okay. Let me look back at my little list here. Okay, around town, what did we get into this week? It was a pretty quiet week for us as far as like getting out and about. We were pretty busy with work stuff and school stuff and doing stuff for the kids. So we didn't do a whole lot of like getting out around town this week. But last night we did go to Goodland's Pour House. Love Goodland's. It's one of my favorite restaurants. Their notorious PIE pizza is probably my favorite pizza ever. I absolutely love it. I like a little bit of kick on my food, and they have the jalapenos, and it's just so good. And so my kids love Goodland's. Anyway, we just really like it over there, so highly suggest heading over there. I also ran into Primp and Posh. I believe that's the name of it, the nail bar. That is over there in the new Publix shopping center on Hughes Road. So I went in there real quick, got a super quick manicure. They were so I told them I was on a time crunch and they worked me in. Their prices were reasonable. Their salon, their spa is beautiful. I had a great first experience and they have no idea I'm talking about them now. Nobody pays me to talk about them in the Madtown Minute. I'm just telling you my true experiences from the week. So that was Primp and Posh in the Public Shopping Center on Hughes Road. Great experience there. And then finally, I was on a Zoom call today that was associated with the Madison Chamber of Commerce. I am a member of the Chamber of Commerce. They do quarterly luncheons. Well, this quarter they did it virtually, of course. And it was sponsored by Progress Bank, and Dr. Ed Nichols, the superintendent at Madison City Schools, was the speaker. So that was a great Zoom call to be a part of. Got to learn all about Dr. Nichols. I thought I had researched and knew a lot about him, but he shared so many things I did not know. So it's great to learn about who is leading our schools, how things are going virtually with the transition back to being in the classroom. He was just very transparent. So thanks a lot to Madison Chamber of Commerce for putting that on. I enjoyed learning about Ed Nichols and seeing other people's faces on the Zoom call. Okay, I want to be respectful of your time, so let's get to the last thing that I like to do when I do these Madtown Minutes, which is called Away From Here. Let's talk about something outside of Madison, because you won't find that on the website. That's always going to be about Madison, but on Madtown Minute, let's talk about something outside of town. So I've shared like out of town, like overnight type places the last few weeks. Tonight, I want to talk about Burritt on the Mountain. They do something that I think is so neat on Wednesday nights. I believe it's from May to October. Wednesday nights from 5 to 8. You can go up there and they have an evening where you can sit outside in the open air. It overlooks the entire city of Huntsville. It is absolutely breathtaking. If you have been to that, I think they call the area the View. If you have been up there, you are shaking your head saying, yes, it is gorgeous up there. And Wednesday nights from 5 to 8, they have a cash bar where you can get adult beverages, non-alcoholic drinks, and gourmet type foods, like think charcuterie boards and that sort of thing. No food or drinks from outside can be brought in. It's just go there, cash bar, but meaning like credit card only. Tables can fit only 8 people. They're all spread at least 6 feet apart. And like I said, it is stunning. My husband and I went on a date night there last year, and I was so impressed. I mean, you're talking like the sun was going down, overlooking the city. It was gorgeous. So definitely check that out. Burritt on the Mountain. Wednesday nights. They have no idea I'm talking about this. I'm just sharing, organic things I want to share. Okay, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for joining. I could see there was a lot of people on here tonight, so I'm so glad you were on here. Hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to send me an email anytime if you want to see content on the website. If you're a business owner and you want to sponsor some of those posts that I talked about earlier that I'm going to be doing with Mayor Finley, for the foreseeable future, I think we're going to have a load of content. Feel free to email me if you need that additional advertising. Have a great evening and a great weekend. See you guys soon.